If you felt it the last few days like we have, like I have, we've definitely hit the coldest days of the entire year. Let's hope it doesn't get any colder. But you know that cold weather, it's not ideal for your hair and skin. Your makeup doesn't set quite as well, and your skin is flaky, and your hair is plagued with that static we all hate. But hey, you don't have to sit back and do nothing. In today's Style File, take a few cues from our beauty contributor to winterproof your look. Studio 5 style and beauty contributor Megan Moore joins me to fill us in on all the details. It's been really cold.
It's been really cold. We were skiing this weekend up in Park City. 5 degrees. It was terrible.
It's a miracle you're with us today.
I mean, I don't know how we got through it with 3 kids. It was something. But
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
It's so cold. But you're going to tell us how today we can take these easy fixes that plague us in the winter and just pull them up to the next level so we don't have to worry about them.
Yep, just swap in a few little changes and make sure you're kind of on top of it, because it's hard to catch up. Like if your skin gets really, really flaky, it's hard to undo it, right?
Yeah.
So if we stay on top of it, then it doesn't get to that point where it's so bad.
And speaking of cold weather, I think our skin specifically is where I start to feel it first.
Yes.
Where does that cold air, what does it do to our skin? Why does that affect us?
So it's really interesting. People don't know this, but in the winter, we actually go into a slight hibernation. When we have less hours of sunlight, things happen. Our hair stops growing as fast, our nails stop growing as fast, and our skin stops growing as fast, meaning the cells don't turn over as quickly. It's actually like our body's kind of slowing down, right? So we need to kind of do some things to help it along, to help it feel more moisturized, especially because we've got the heater on in the car, in the house. All those things are not great for our hair and our skin.
Okay.
So let's conquer it.
Let's conquer it. You've got a few products for us. First of all, is it what do you more moisturizer? Are we moisturizing our skin more?
Yes, but first we also need to exfoliate more. So a lot of times when people are dry, they think, oh, I don't want to exfoliate. It'll make it worse. But again, because our cell turnover slows down, we sometimes have to help it along, and then we're going to pack on the moisture.
Okay. So what are you exfoliating with?
Okay, so I like a chemical exfoliant, not a scrubby one, because those can definitely irritate. So a chemical exfoliant. This one I've been using for years. It's by Sonia Dakar, and it's their Flash Facial. I'm going to demonstrate this for you because it's actually kind of really cool. Okay. So I'm going to put a tiny bit on dry skin, and then I'm going to start to work it in. And what happens is it starts to peel your skin off, kind of like an eraser. You know how that like eraser feeling? Okay, let's see, what camera am I on? Okay, can you see the skin starting to ball up into little like peels?
Yes.
Right? So it's going to take off that dead skin on the top layer on your face, and it will just reveal new fresh skin for you, right?
Okay. So this is different because you're not scrubbing it off with these little pearl things.
But we're using antioxidants. We're using some flash kind of acids that will help kind of peel that off for you. And then you can go in with your moisture. So I do this once a week. This is an amazing thing to do in the winter. It's pricey, but it's worth it.
Pricey, but worth it. Love that. Gonna try it. Okay, now we're moisturizing. Now we're on to it.
Okay, and when I think of moisturizing, I think of one brand. I think of Kiehl's. They just do it better than anybody else.
Okay.
So their Ultra Facial Cream, I don't know what it is. This stuff is magic. It has this like, it just floats across the surface of the skin.
Oh, wow.
It's just buttery and smooth, but not greasy. So this one is amazing. And then for your hands, everybody always asks me, what do I do with my hands in the winter? They're the worst. Kiehl's does this amazing kind of hand cream. It's minty, it's really rich, but again, not greasy. So these 2 products are really gonna help on those struggle areas where you're just feeling not enough moisture.
Okay, and if we do need extra moisture, you have a technique where we're layering the moisture.
Okay, so when it comes to our makeup, I always say sandwich your moisture. So something moisturizing underneath and then on top, and then everything in between is all your makeup, right? Okay. So starting with a really hydrating kind of dewy serum is going to be the best for you. I love anything that's kind of white, it's kind of milky, is going to be more moisturizing than something that's clear. Okay. So I love this one by Go Pure. It's their dramatically dewy serum. So I'm going to put that on underneath and then all my makeup. And again, I would say go creams if you can with your makeup in the winter for sure. And then we're going to sandwich it on the other end with a hydrating finishing spray. Okay. This one by e.l.f. I love. You can see, can you see that there's 2 different layers?
Yeah.
It's an oil-based one, so it actually uses tea tree oil. You're going to shake it up and then you're going to spray it on. It's going to lock in the moisturizer, and it's also going to create a barrier between you and that outside dry air. So we're going to sandwich our moisture together, and everything's going to lay down better for us.
I mean, this is a $10 product. This is an easy yes. If you don't have have this, grab it.
Yep.
Next, we're going to talk about lips. This is something I feel like I specifically really struggle with in my family in general. How do we get the, do we exfoliate? How are we getting better lips
same
here?
Thing, same thing. We do need to exfoliate before we add the moisture.
Yeah.
I love a little exfoliating silicone brush like this. So instead of like a scrub, again, that physical like scrub, I hate those. They're so messy and they're really hard to make even. So just an easy one like this. It has 2 different sides. Mine's from Sephora, but there's a million on Amazon. And I love this in the shower. You want to have some steam, some heat on your lips, and then you're gonna scrub them in the morning. It's also a temporary plumper. It's gonna bring blood to the surface of the lips, so we love that in the winter.
We need a little of that, Megan. Megan knows. Okay, what other products are we doing for our lips?
And then, of course, something at least at night, but you can use this during the day too. These are the Laneige sleeping masks. We go through these like crazy.
Every night I'm wearing these.
I literally just pulled these off my bedstand. You can see how much I love and use these. My girls love them. They got me through 9 months of Accutane, so I swear by this product.
She swears by it. I actually have the Trader Joe's dupe, and I love it.
Oh, really? Oh, I need to try it.
Yep, you need to try it. Okay, and last, our hair.
Our hair, again, same thing. All of the dryness, it's just getting frizzy. We're getting flyaways.
Yes,
so
and
I
flakes.
love, it's the worst. I love adding in this product during the winter. This is the Living Proof Air Dry. You don't have to air dry with it. You certainly can use heat with it, but I like to think of this as a hair lotion. Okay. It's going to give weight to the hair. It's going to give, it's going to give weight and moisture to the hair so it doesn't fly away as much. And then I always say in the winter, a hairspray, you cannot go wrong with a hairspray. There's nothing that can replace this, but I'm going to give you one tip. I want the camera to come up on my head so you can see. I'm going to give you one tip of how to put this on, okay, right? So we're going to spray it like normal. Then we're going to take the can, and we're going to use the can as our smoother. It's going to iron the hairs down in place, and you don't get sticky hands.
I wish you could have just seen my face. Full on. No, I've never tried the can.
She didn't know that was coming.
No.
Use the can instead of your hands. They don't get sticky, and it just irons the hairs down, and then leave them alone.
I mean, that was worth it.
Don't touch anything.
That was worth it. That was my 30 seconds. That was amazing. Megan, where can we find more from you? It's so good.
Oh, thanks. Always at thebeautysnoop.com, and then over on my Instagram at beautysnoop.
Oh, thanks so much, Megan.
Yeah, you bet.